And with that amazing intro, made, well, by the boys. I forgot every member and I'm scared to miss anyone. We are back with 2S ACC, right from Misano in the heart of Italy. We've got the biggest grid we've had so far and it looks absolutely stacked. I am really excited to follow this, this season with Triton on my side, by the way. Hello.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Good to be back. And like Timo said, this is going to be possibly the best season yet, and the most insane season yet as well. If you could see from that intro, it's going to be spicy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've got so much new stuff. So because the last seasons all felt a little bit drawn out, let's be honest with that. I'm sure I'm not, I'm not throwing too much shade by saying that. It felt a little drawn out. We've decided to make the calendar shorter instead of going longer, because of course the first 4 seasons were 10 races, then we went up to 12. Attendance didn't like it, so now we're going down to 8, which makes for a spicier season where every single race counts even more. You can't really afford to have a bad race. You can't afford to crash out, or your rivals might just collect 50 points on you, and that would be an absolute disaster. And then, of course, we've got format changes. So we have, of those 8 races, 3 will be having a different format, which means instead of 1 race of an hour with a pit stop, you get 2 sprint races. They use the same qualifying session. So I think the first one is 20 minutes, the second one 30. I'm not sure about the order, but I believe that's how it works. And Misano is gonna be one of them. So we're gonna test the new format, and that should make for some absolutely action-packed racing today. As Chris comes across the line, doesn't quite manage to beat George. And if you asked me who the favorites for this season are, I would probably name exactly the 2 people who are on the provisional front row right now. They seemed really impressive in practice, Chris and George.
Yeah, especially off the back of last season, George was, he was the main rival to our previous season's champion, Felix Rupert. And a few costly errors may have been what ended the title for him, as well as Felix just being in a league of his own in terms of consistency. But yeah, so far he's not returning this season, unfortunately. But we do have still some challengers on or in play here, and Chris is probably going to be one of the main contenders for that as well, considering how fast he's been.
Yeah, for sure. And unfortunately the departure of Felix Rupert will make it so that after all we still only have 1 drivers' champion on the grid, but it certainly, that certainly didn't come to be the way that Sam imagined. Of course, he would have probably preferred it to be that way because he wins Season 5, but he didn't. So he's here Season 6, the only champion on the grid, and he might give us a challenge in his Mercedes. Right now he's running in P4. He's a bit off the pace, very closely matched with Illigna, by the way. But we'll see what he can do in a new environment, new car. Last season McLaren was already good for him. He came alive towards the end of the season, and let's see what he can do this time, shall we?
Yeah, and gonna be keeping an eye out here on Chris. By the way, we should mention, we haven't, or did we mention the new format, how this is going to work?
Yes. The sprint races, doubleheader. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah. But yeah, I'm keeping an eye out on Chris here. He's getting ready to start a lap. He's got a bit of traffic in front of him, but I think he's gonna make some space here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we can use the qualifying session to kind of try and make sense of everyone's, team formations, everyone's livery. So, of course, George is in this blue Bentley. He is still running together with Antoine Olivet. They are the blue Bentleys. The Bentley De La Mora Racing Team, obviously not... you don't need a lot of imagination to see the connection between this and last season's car when they were in the Lamborghini. So they stay as a team, and they attempt to be drivers' champions yet again. And then, so that's them, and I think the main challenger for George will be another Bentley, of course, Chris. We've shown him plenty of times, the black and green Bentley. He is a teammate to last season's Constructors Champion, Ruben van den Herding in Trigon Racing, which returns to the grid. So that's the green Bentleys there. And then we've got, well, an old face returning, and currently doing really well. Actually, 2 old faces returning in the Heikki Kovalainen Memorial Racing Team. It is the Brit and the Finn. It is, well, it is Mr. Mark Harrison, aka... oh, he's got the wrong livery. Oh no. But yeah, it's Tara.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Tara
he's not in the...
and Janne Salminen, who returns. I mean, he's had his comeback in Carl Army, but this is his return to a full-time seat after his mountain biking accident, if I remember correctly. Took some recovery. He's back, and he is rapid. P3 right now.
Yeah, good to see him back, and I'm glad he recovered. It's like whenever I hear, you know, people taking a break because they get an actual injury, I always like have a hard time processing it, because I'm like, wait, did you injure yourself like in the sim? And then I realized, no, wait, people go outside, and I don't do that. I wouldn't know that, so yeah. I wouldn't understand. So, but yeah, I'm really glad he's better and improved and recovered. Somebody making space on the grass there for them, so not exactly the way to do it, but it's better than blocking, I guess. George Rosu goes up to P4 there, ahead of his teammate for the time being, for the Guerrilla Esports Mercedes team there. Teammate? Sam.
Oh, they are teammates. That is spicy. I mean, yeah, I've seen George Rosu had a little bit of a, well, a bit of a struggle to get together with a teammate, and then, like, after all of that, picking up Sam is actually brilliant. You can see them in 4 and 5 in their Mercedeses.
And he can learn a lot from Sam as well, him being, you know, a very strong driver as well. Rosu having to take some time to adjust, but this season it's looking good, already out-qualifying him as it stands. Let's see if Sam's able to get ahead of that. And behind them is a team that you're very familiar with, I believe, Blitzsieg Racing, with the Audi of Illigner, Dominic Illigner, one of the fast boys, I would say. Hasn't been able to... Oh, go ahead.
I will have to talk about to him about this livery, because...
yeah, why is it gold? I'm not a fan of it. I'm not gonna lie.
Me neither.
Gold and green.
I think it works really well on Miller's car, but on Dominic's it doesn't. I think the green and the gold don't mix. But I think you should get blue personally. That's my take. But I know why they did it. It's because everyone has their own Blitzy color, and Miller's has the red. I've got the blue, and he's got the green. So that's how they ended up here, I believe. But I think something else would probably be better. But you know, we're here to judge driving, not to judge liveries. So this is.
I would say we're here to do both, but one more than the other.
Fair enough. Yeah. Okay. Good. True. So we're here to judge everyone about everything, and this is wow. He is in P7 right now, ahead of Nico Veldman, also in new gear, so to speak. Oh, that was a terrible pun. That wasn't intentional. Yeah. It's middle gear racing. I didn't know. Well, no, I mean, it worked out there because you didn't intend for it. So that's true. So it's not embarrassing. That's amazing. So also in German, so it's not embarrassing.
Yeah.
He's teammate.
But yeah, he's
Go on.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's teaming with our other admin for ACC, Mr. Christian Stricker, the guy who has pretty much put a lot of this season together, who is responsible for a lot of what we're doing. So shout outs to him and Nico. No bias there, totally no bias. It's not like they have a third guy who's sort of supposed to be an admin who does a few things here and there that they have on the side.
Sometimes.
It's supposed to, sometimes, and it's supposed to, hype them up, but I wouldn't know about that. Anyways, speaking of that, behind them, Milos, of course, we mentioned, back finally where he belongs, looking to claim easy world championship for him, as I would say.
Class.
In silver class. And then behind him we have a new two drivers.
No.
I don't even want to mention it at this point because everyone this is just look at the livery.
Man,
I'm just gonna say the team. It's Hello Kitty F1 powered by Rolex. After the fall of the Salaminos, let's just put it at that, they were bought out by the Japanese and taken over by the anime fan club.
Yeah.
So
if they use the horn on the brakes, I believe it says ooh, but I'm not sure. We'll have
Okay,
to
no,
find that out. So yeah, it's
we're gonna lose all our viewers now.
it's
just for that.
so it's Kyle Flinch and David Rainham, two newcomers that are both Portuguese, and they'll have a lot of fun. So Chris has put himself in P11, but let's see what happened up front because we haven't paid attention in quite a while. George Brabner is, still leading the pack on a 32-4, which I think that's really good. And then it's a 10th to Chris in second, but he's still on a run, but he is down on his time. So unless he finds a miraculous amount of time in the final corner, which he does not, he's probably not going to be able to take it away from George. So it seems like a provisional pole position for George. Once more, Salmonen is in P3. He can't get that.
Sam goes up to P4 there.
Nice work from him. So he beats his teammate. Salmonen not improving. Sam 4th. Ruben 5th, but he's still on a run in the middle of the track, so he could still improve. Illigna also still going, but not currently up on his time. And then we've got, Miller's currently heading silver class. He's in P9 overall, P1 in silver class, ahead of the silver car drivers, Kyle Flinch and Federico Varagnolo, I think. Varagnolo, who is, of course, known as X Crystals on SLR.
Yes, and he's racing for VVDL, right, with Higgsy?
Spin Racing?
Or...
I believe...
Is it?
It's very possible. No. VVDL is Higgsy and Tacos.
Ah, okay.
He's with Shaka, I think.
Okay.
So and Shaka is Fernando Trigueros. Man, for an Austrian, he's got a terrible name to pronounce for me. So that's our qualifying results. Yeah. And
I'm seeing the chat here. It did not come home to Italy. It did not come home to England, but George is bringing the pole position here in Italy for England. So
then we've got we're gonna go for our first grid walk for the first ever sprint race and the first race in season 6. So on the front left, Italy were able to win in England, but can the English George Brabner win in Italy? That's the question from here. Or will he be defeated by a certain Polish guy lining up in the other Bentley alongside him on the start row? Janne Salmonen with the absolute masterful comeback in his McLaren Mercedes Heikki Kovalainen Memorial car in P3. P4 is Samuel Chumley, our Season 2 champion and only champion remaining on the grid. Ruben van den Herding, P5 ahead of George Roche, so that is 4 different teams among the top 6. And we've got Illigna for Blitzig Racing in 7 ahead of Veld, and then heading silver class, it's Mr. Milos, it's Miłosz Matika. Then Christian Stricker in P10 for Pro Class ahead of Kyle Flinch, aka Sanix, and then Antoine Olivet, who finds himself among the silver drivers, which he will, try to overtake, I am certain. Then Federico Varagnolo in P13, third in silver class, ahead of David Rainham, aka Benz. Then Mark Harrison Terra returning, giving his debut actually since the pre-season races of Season 1 and Season 5. Jack Mill's livery is absolutely sick. Look at that. That is amazing. What a great livery. So yeah, Mill's in a Lamborghini. P16, P17 it's Gareth Higgins, aka Higgsy, on the left. Then Owen Turner in... This is exactly a livery I've been running in the past. This is the Woodland Beamer Motorsports livery Mills and I were running in Season 2. He is in P18, then Guilherme Santos in a differently colored McLaren in the 717 car. Romsey Jensen, P20, Mihai Belascu, 21. I gotta hurry up, we've got quite some drivers left. Jurian Visser, P22 on the right side. Then it is Oliver Stricker, teammate to Jack Mills. And then I have to go on my second screen and see the rest of the driver list. So, Jasper Smelt in the... No, wait, that's
Danny next. I can finish it for you.
Danny. We've got Danny. Then we've got Ryan Noppen in the 14 car. Miguel Costa in the 5 car. Jos Mersman on the left. Then Shaka on the right. Michal Reinoha, P29. Daniel Weiss, P30. 31 is Paulos Takas. And 32 is Clara. So there we've got it. For some reason, Smelt is on the timing tower twice for me, and he's not in the racetrack once. So
Okay.
disconnect problems for him.
But yeah, it seems like that. Also, we need the overlay if you can, whenever you get a chance
yeah,
on
sure,
the
sure.
stream. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ruben pointed it out.
Where is it?
Do you not have it?
I had it, but if I... Well, I mean, I can fix that. That's not a problem. It's just... Yeah, I had it in my temp files, and then I just, drag and dropped it into OBS because I'm absolutely lazy. So it must have overwritten the temp file, which now means it's gone, so I have to re-download. That is some killer preparation, but it's only a formation lap. It's fine. We've got time. The sound will return shortly. Let's see. Oh, he's written, don't forget it, haha. I had it downloaded, I swear. I actually had. Yeah, it's... No, he's written that with the download link. Here it is. There you go. It's beautiful. Ruben made it. I mean, most of the stuff Ruben does for EGO, or 2S, is beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful, agreed. That thumbnail you guys are seeing is courtesy of him as well. If you guys saw the stream, just absolutely, brilliant work from him. Shoutouts to Mr. Ruben Vandenhudding there in P5 on the grid at the moment, but P1 in our hearts for that one, of course, and P1 in graphics. That is a very lovely overlay that he made there. Season 6 of ACC and 2S. We've got quite a treat coming up as they come over across down the back straight, I believe that is. I totally know Misano corner names and stuff.
I've got them on my second screen.
Yeah, I know the layout. Yeah, I know the layout for for most of the tracks in ACC at this point. Zolder, I'm a bit sketch on. I'm not fully aware of it. Donington, I used to be. I haven't.
Zolder is really easy. It's a corner, a chicane, a chicane, a chicane, a chicane, a chicane, and that's it.
Yeah, it's.
I forgot the hairpin.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a hairpin. The Witkowski hairpin, as I call it.
Oh, true. Some bad memories for some.
This was not a Cholman. This was a Cholmondelli moment. But anyways, shoutouts to Sam.
Yeah. So.
Okay, we're gonna start. I think we're getting ready to go double file now. Soon.
Yes. Yeah, we are going double file, and that can only mean one thing. Season 6 is about to start. I'm so excited. The first turn is gonna be the inside line for George Brabner in the blue Bentley. Has his time finally come? He has been waiting for this moment, a proper championship challenge for 5 seasons. He was kind of there last season. But in the end, it was never enough. This could be his time, but for that, he should probably try and keep the lead into turn 1. And Chris Witkowski is gonna try his best to take it away from him in the green Bentley. Watch those two, also Salmonen and Chumley on the row behind them. Let's hope there's no carnage. Let's hope it's an amazing season. Jack Mills, no! Brabner keeps the lead as Salmonen gets a little bit funny with Chumley there. Keeps P3 though up front. Everything pretty sorted. Sam has a little cheeky look. So the top 3 are in formation. Ruben also keeps his P5. There's a side-by-side fight going on here between George Roshu and Dominic Illegner, who's gonna try go with a lunge. Milos a little bit spicy there with the Porsche of Veld, but they don't come together, so that's good to see. And it looks like everyone's gone through pretty unscathed here. We've got the Hello Kitty cars. Oh, one of them.
I think that's.
No, it's that was Mr. Kyle Flinch there, who catches his car though side by side with his teammate up into the braking zone. Milos is losing some ground. I believe he's being attacked up front. So yeah, there's quite some time lost. Milos off track now, fighting side by side with George Roshu. We'll figure out what happened there in a second, but something I believe has happened to Roshu because he's behind Illegner.
Yeah, he went off the road. I saw it. Yeah, he kind of just got loose and went into the gravel. But Milos down the inside of him, trying to go side by side. Roshu on the outside might be able to out traction him here. Milos has to tuck in behind, and I think he might try and have a look, but he's gonna think better of it there as they have Olive right behind. But what a start so far, and the instant the season starts, we already get our first Mills
iconic
moment. I love that, but I hate that too at the same time.
Gotta give credit to for Varagnolo, who's pulled off a brilliant move on wait, who's that? That was Bans.
You mean Kyle Flinch?
No, wait, I mean Sanix. So Yeah, and up front, Brabner is he's just pulling the gap, man. I hope this makes Felix want to return. Mills has gone into the pits now, of course. So we'll see how this sprint race turns out. Of course, we have to keep in mind, it's a sprint race, so there's a lot less time. You can't really sit and wait. You have to actually get a move on, and I think that's going to do lots of interesting things to the mindset of the drivers. They're going to go for more risk as we look at Bans, who goes for quite a considerable distance. Antoine Oliver gets spun round behind from Baragnolo, and so does Bans. Bans with a sick 180. Some absolutely good avoiding action here off track from Yuri and Vissa, who rejoins the track a few positions further up the order than where he left. But that was quite unfortunate. Let's have an actual look at the replay there. So there goes Bans in the Hello Kitty car, and then he gets rear-ended by Oliver, and Oliver gets rear-ended as well by Varagnolo, and that's how two drivers lose loads of places. Also Harrison slips through quite nicely. Our first incident of the season.
Yeah, he's up to I believe that's P13 on road there. Meanwhile, Mr. Who is this? Kyle Flinch. I don't even know which one is which at this point.
It's
goes
Sanix.
around
Sanix is 79,
okay.
and
okay.
Yeah, Bans is 45. That's how I tell.
Okay. Yeah, I don't understand. At this point, they're both the same to me. They're both one and the other. But let's see. Varagnolo trying to defend there from Sanix, but Sanix pulling off a brilliant move down the inside there, and Mr. Harrison the fourth, kind of just lurking in the background there. He is one of the more patient racers I know, and he
Belasco. Okay, I thought Belasco was gonna. Yeah, Belasco almost going for a move on Jensen there, and attacked into the slipstream. So this is fighting for P16. Of course, this is points-paying territory. You get positions, you get points down there. It's P20 is the last one who gets points, and with a big grid today, that means quite a lot of people are gonna get quite some points. That shall be spicy.
Meanwhile, in the back here, Yap's kind of pulling between the top 5. Illigner and Veldman kind of falling a little bit off. Nico looked pretty
Sorry,
quick.
Bans with an absolutely ambitious move now, trying to carry it around the outside there, but it does not manage to do it. He's fighting Higgsy there for P18 after he's been spun around, unfortunately. So that's the fighting
up the front there. Sorry to interrupt you. There's a dive bomb there from, I believe that was, sorry, that's Owen on Yuri and Visser. So not making it work there. Had a lunge. But yeah, got alongside, but just overshot it a little bit, and Dragon gets the switch back on him, and now that's going to put him under threat here from the Porsche, possibly of Ramse Jensen, but so far they're holding their own, and yeah, back there to Rene. He's got a really good run here on Higgins. Let's see if he's able to make a move here. No, not really, just about yet. Yeah, Ramse having a look as well at Owen Turner there, but he's gonna try and feed around the outside. Is he?
He's still there!
Much better traction.
That's amazing! Oh no, it's Owen! How unlucky! Oh no, poor Owen, and he reverses into the track!
Danny, no.
Man, Daniel Cofield gets absolutely obliterated there through no fault of his own.
No, what's going on again, Owen?
What was that?
Oh, he just caused.
What was
did he
that?
Kill his teammate, or who did he kill?
No, we're going replay. We're going replay. So this is the initial crash, right? And then he gets collected by one, and then what happens?
He collects. I think he just loses it when he rejoins.
Oh, it's two others.
Just, like,
no,
somebody.
No, it was his teammate. The other, like, oh my god, what a mess. What a mess. So it's like two teammate pairings that both come together, basically, in two separate incidents in the same corner. That's amazing and terrible. Oh my god. Also, Chris passed Roshu? No, that's been like that before. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, the Porsches are a line of stern, it seems, so far. Rosu starting to climb back up after losing out some places. Melos is still leading Silver Class, as he should be. Otherwise, there's going to be some talks from the team, I believe. Yeah, he's on his return, so they should be more lenient with him, perhaps. But
no.
Middle Gear Racing, meanwhile, the two Porsches, 7th and 8th, but one giving pressure, one under pressure, it seems. So let's see what Rosu can do. He does look very fast as he goes off the road there. That's not the way you want to do it. Okay, yeah, he keeps it under control there, but yeah, you do not want to be making those kinds of mistakes, especially in such a short race. You do not have much time to make up ground. So any mistake is going to be a lot more detrimental to your own race at this point. And I just noticed the color schemes of the Middle Gear Racing livery on the Porsche. It's a very iconic green and pink that we have seen on a very brilliant looking race car on the grid in F1. But yeah, no bias from me, I swear.
Not a Seb fan. No, never.
No,
absolutely.
Baku.
So,
yeah. Anyways.
Yep.
Let's see.
And let's see where the fights are. I mean, up front, it's safe to say, George, a little bit down the road from Chris. It's 2 seconds, and of course, Chris is running out of time, even though we're not even halfway into this first race, which is the first of 2. So make sure to stick around. There's more action. We'll get another starting phase as well.
Meanwhile, in the back, we got 2 Porsches going side by side.
That's
here.
Visser and Jensen. Yeah, Dragon in the blue one and Romza in the army green Porsche. They are very.
Yeah, he got the switch back on him there on Visser, which was a very brilliant move.
Oh, Def! Car number 9. Michal. Oh, that's 2 off. That's Gerla and Rachnoya. Oh, Gerla, what do you know? And that was an atrocious rejoin. Atrocious rejoin.
Oh, no.
Man, okay, that must feel bad for the car number 9. It's
yeah,
really
we've
sad.
been talking about this. Yeah, we've been talking about this a lot over the over these seasons. Like, yeah, the rejoins have you got to be way more careful with the rejoin on here because we do a lot of F1, of course. Here, a lot of drivers here are from F1. It's very easy to rejoin in those games when you just ghost.
Yeah.
For the most part. Unless you play F1 2019 and race in the United States Grand Prix, but yeah, I totally don't remember that one very vividly because I did. Because I assumed something.
I fought Alex Karsten in that race for the first ever time. He shit on me.
Beamer language.
It's fine.
Anyways.
It's fine. We're leaving anyways. What?
Oh gosh.
Don't pay attention to what I just said.
Fired.
So,
we're getting fired now for sure. Anyways, but yeah, we've been talking about the rejoins. You gotta be way more careful in these games. There's no ghosting or anything in this. You gotta be a lot more careful. So yeah, or you just gotta not panic as well and just spot your gap.
Yeah.
Unless you are me and you panic and and then just throw away a race. But it's.
I mean, not gonna lie. I think the issue is just kind of people being results hungry. You spin off track. Oh goddammit, I've lost 3 seconds. I can't afford to lose more, especially in the tens in a race with 10 minutes left. When are you gonna get back the time? You don't have time to make up 3 seconds. Unless you're absolutely rocket speed. But that means that drivers don't want to lose any additional time, so they just steer for the part of the track that is quick. So the racing line, but there's where the other drivers are driving, and then if you're not careful, your results hungriness might cost someone else the chance at a race. And
that's not the racing line. He goes a bit off the track there as he's starting to come under pressure from the Hello Kitty F1 powered by Rolex McLaren of Kyle Flinch, aka Sanix. So this is the fight for the lead in silver class going on here. Yep. So this will be one I'm going to keep an eye out on for sure. With
a silver class champion and a constructors champion, by the way. So yeah, I mean, Sanix has returned to silver class and is running P2 there now, and he's gonna fight with Milos, who of course has been P3 in season. No, wait, has he? I think he's been P3 in season 1's drivers championship, along with the constructors title. So he's got the experience, but he doesn't hit that apex, and that might make Sanix hungry. How much does the Slovenian want to go for that move? He is certainly. I mean, this is just scary. I mean, your mirror's all pink, and you don't quite know where he's gonna send it. He doesn't into the final corner, which is good, because that would have been quite ambitious into turn 16. You don't want any dive bombs. 8 minutes to go, and the fight for silver class is absolutely on.
Absolutely. So this is what we wanted to see. Not just a fight up the order, but a fight down the order as well in silver class. So we have Varaniolo in the background there. If these two come together or make some sort of mistake or anything like that, they are in deep trouble there. So from him, and he will be lurking in the back. So far, he's driving a quiet but consistent race. On his I believe his ACC debut here
Yes.
in 2S.
Yeah.
So yeah, solid stuff from him, and hope to see more of this from him as well. And hopefully he will be fighting these guys as well. But I'm sure Milos and Sanix do not want that. Anyways,
Yeah.
so let's see.
The thing with Crystals is, and I hope he doesn't take this as an insult. Okay, it's not meant as one. It probably is one. I don't care. Like, of course, I've raised him in tier 2 a lot, and the thing that Hammer and I always say when it comes about him is like, if this guy learns how to drive, then we're all screwed. Because he is so rapid, but he just spins all the time. When his car's literally called spin racing, so he's literally leaning into the beam. So I don't feel bad for you know, talking crap about him. But you know, he knows it, and ACC is a different sort of a game. You know, you don't really. You know, you're not driving on knife's edge in the same way as you are in F1. Like, it's not about the traction as much. It's more about, you know, being smooth and just, like, getting your car around. You can't really be that, well, the wheel-to-wheel combat is also different. So I wonder if this is gonna, you know, be a little bit of a training ground for him to sort of get into a different driving style. I know personally when I started iRacing, it helped my racing mindset a lot from F1, and maybe this can be something he can grow on. So far, he's done a really good job. He's running third in class. He's taken different lines from Ron Jensen who we had in the background, which is good because that lane wasn't good. And maybe this can be a good learning opportunity. So we'll watch his progress over the season. Chris is defending from his former teammate in the meantime. This is for P8. It's Christian Stricker versus George Roshu. Of course, in the past I Make You Faster, Ferrari last season. Now they aren't teammates anymore, and they're fighting for P8.
Yeah, so consistent from Chris. I know he sometimes has struggles in race, or has coming togethers and stuff, you know, down the field, but he's got some clear air. He's just behind his teammate, and he's holding off Rosu really well right now. Rosu kind of having some trouble at the start, but getting his bearings back together and piling on the pressure. So we'll see who's the one to crack first, or who's the one to get that move done, or if Rosu can get the move done, or if Chris can withstand the pressure. Meanwhile, Nico kind of fallen off the back of Ilignar, so he's given himself some breathing space. I know Nico likes this track, so he's not exactly running too far behind. I don't know how good the Porsche is, but yeah, he's not able to catch up to Ilignar. We do have a fight for P4 though on track here.
Oh,
between
true.
Sam and Van den Hudding, yeah. So this is going to be one to watch out for. Salminen not too far up the road from them, but he's kind of just hanging out there in P3 in a podium position on his return.
Yep.
Whereas these two are trying to salvage that extra position. And we'll see who's going to come out on top of that battle. Right now, I think Sam looks to be very quick, but we do know how good Van den Hudding is at defending, and as well as just pretty much climbing up the order in general. He's had some pretty bad luck, I know, in the past where he's been, like, I think he got spun around once, and another time he forgot to put fuel in, and each of those times he's recovered back from pretty much the back of the field up to P5 or P6, which shows his racing, how good he is at racing a car in ACC. But yeah, so far so good. He's just holding Sam off a little bit, but Sam's not able to find a way through just yet.
Yeah, and the other fight that's raging on is Sanix versus Cursed in the silver class. They are still absolutely glued together on track. 4 minutes to go, so Sanix needs to get a little bit creative. Milos needs to hold his nerves together. I mean, Sanix just shows himself on the inside there. That's gonna make you nervous. I know I'd be nervous, and I think there's a little bit of a nudge there. Some netcode involved, I think. No effect on Milos's car though, but what does he do? So he must make sure to not do a Bottas, you know, just like try and, you know.
And for no reason.
No, I mean just the thing, like the France thing, where you brake deep once and then the guy's just through and you thought you need to take the inside line because he's gonna take it otherwise. Like, that's the scary thing about defending. Yeah. If you're, you know, if you misread what the opponent's gonna do, you are instantly, well, you are rid of your defending position. You'll need to get it back.
Yeah, Yeah, was that when he like went to the inside on and tried to defend from Max and then just kind of
Oh,
outdid it?
yeah, yeah. He took a really tight line and
Ah,
then broke too
yeah,
deep into
yeah,
the
that's what I was
corner.
thinking.
So,
Yeah,
and
I
that's
didn't
the
see the
thing.
need for that. I remember it was he kind of had it like under control. I thought if he didn't defend, Max was probably going to just like
Oh,
stay behind him.
Sanix,
So
man, Sanix
yeah,
an
he's having a look
absolute.
session.
It's,
He's not afraid. So
man,
you got to respect it.
yeah, he's willing to open these doors. I'm sure Milos doesn't like to have his race at the mercy of the, you know, the.
A pink car
Yeah,
sponsored by a Japanese kitten.
oh, and there he goes. So that is an outbreaking maneuver, and it's the other car in the involved fight. That does it. So Sanix outbreaks himself there. That's gonna give Miller some breathing room for the next few laps at least. The Chumley Van den Herding fight as close as it had been. Let's see. Do we have anything else?
Well, that's a lot of curbs there from Sanix, but he keeps it under control there. But yeah, you don't want to munch the curbs that hard. I don't think.
And Raynham. Would you say Raynham or Raynham?
Raynham.
Raynham. I hate.
I'm not gonna say my
hate
last name,
British.
but it's similar.
I know.
Yeah, you know, every single British viewer is going to.
You know,
sue us now for that.
I was so close to just saying it out loud right now. But so anyways, the dox
Yeah,
is
don't.
complete.
Yeah.
Complete. So
So Beamer has cursed, nearly doxed me, and insulted the British all in one stream. I think we're getting a good. We're gonna get pretty much removed from the internet at this point.
yeah, man, if we're not careful, this is the last ACC race on the EGL
Yes,
channel.
this is the first of the season, but this might also be the last overall.
Yeah, I mean, if future races aren't on the EGL channel, you know why. So anyways, we cut back to the silver class fight because well, Sanix has basically two big opportunities left. They are both in at the end of this straight, but he's too far now, so he kind of just needs to outdrive Milos if he wants a chance on the final lap, which has now started because George crosses the line.
Yeah, George is pretty much gone. Danny Wise gets disqualified. Meanwhile, I don't know what that was for. Whereas Owen gets this drive through as well, so he's boxed in. He's retired. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah,
Owen's race was dead from the second that he crashed with. I don't know. Was it Higgsy or was it Federera? I don't know. What?
I think it was. I don't know who it was.
It was one of the Ferraris. But there's two Ferraris teams.
Or I think it was Danny as well.
Yeah, well, no.
I think it was. I think it was Ramsey. He tried to go for a move on Ramsey.
Yeah, it was I think it was Ramsey.
And then he collected Danny. Or
yeah, no.
Cofield.
There was two different incidents. Daniel Wise and Daniel Cofield crashed later, I believe.
Okay.
Or something. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's fine. Last lap of the race. George, absolutely in control. Chris, absolutely just not quite fast enough. P2 for him, and Salmonen is driving his own little race in P3. And then it's Ruben and Chumley, but because this is the last lap and Misano not the track with the most overtaking opportunities, this is probably gonna come across the line in this order, which would be a nice result for Trigon Racing P2 and P4, but maybe Sam just gets a little bit creative in the final corner. Do we see a lunge? That was a good run from Ruben though, so no lunges, maybe setting him up for the final straight, but the start-finish line is gonna come too soon, so it's George winning from Chris, then Salmon and Ruben, Chumley, then it's gonna be Illigna, and we're gonna watch the tail end of the fight between Sanix and Milos. This is for silver class victory, no dive bombs. You got a second race to try, so this is a class win for Milos in silver class, P10 for him, ahead of Sanix. And then it's gonna be Fedevara in P3 of class, P12 of overall. So that is the first sprint
drive
race.
there from brilliant drive from George, pretty much under control the whole time. Great defending from Milos to take the race 1 win for silver class and holding off the pressure from Mr. Kyle Lynch there. So yeah, we are gonna have I think a 5-minute interval here.
Yep. So, wait. Oh, thank God. I had to reload a page there. And Does this, I mean, you see the results on the left. Luckily, this time no one will leave, because if you had a bad race, and by you I mean the drivers, you get a second chance in the second race. It's going to be 30 minutes of racing action, and we'll see how differently things turn out. People who've been taken out get a second chance with the same qualifying. Did I just hear the Discord leave sound? Oh no. Oh no. That is terrible. What happened? Did I disconnect or did Triton disconnect? Triton went into the general chat to all the people. So he's talking to them right now. Already getting some opinions from the race and figuring some stuff out. And then we will resume the action shortly. Are the results finally confirmed? I think they are. Oh, Push is savage. Oh man. Hello. So Push just said, well, not just, but he said half an hour ago before the started race, back markers, do not back into anyone fast before you start your lap. Why start 0.8 seconds ahead when you are 2.5 seconds slower than them per lap? Oh no. That is rude but true. And anything else interesting? Ramza and Owen obviously having a slight disagreement.
That'll get looked at, I think, yeah, after, I think they look at it after the race, so, or after the sessions, so, let's see.
Yeah, for sure. That's gonna be an FIA moment, but that's what the FIA is there for. Is anyone even leaving the pits?
Yeah, I'm not supposed to comment on this stuff, but yeah, looking at the screenshots and the stuff I'm seeing from the Rumsa Owen incident, yeah, it does look like as though Owen kind of caused that on his own. Rumsa was on the outside and pretty much on the curbs, and Owen just kind of ran to the side of him, it seems.
I disagree, but I don't know. I
mean,
mean, that's what we've got the FIA for. I mean,
on that screenshot, yeah, it doesn't look like there's much.
No, I mean, Ramza swings it around the outside, and Owen just drives his line, and then Ramza like goes onto the track and they collide. It's kind of like I don't know. I mean, you know,
seems unlucky. But the problem, the problem seems to be that Owen, it appears he didn't hold his brakes, and Danny is
that's one for sure.
Daniel is killed. Our season 9 2S Tier 1 F1 driver.
Yes.
Champion and constructors champion there, by the way, making his debut in ACC, unfortunately not going as well as he would want it to.
He's driven some races in season 1.
Oh, he has.
Yeah, I remember him driving Brands Hatch, for example. He was like a little step below the front of the grid, I think. I'm not. No, wait, that was might be confusing with left here. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we're just waiting for the start of a hopefully exciting race at Misano. A second one.
Yeah, I think everyone's just kind of taking a minute here to breathe.
Yep.
And get water.
Get some drinks.
I like this idea. I like this 5-minute intermission because, like the hour straight that we do as well in the commentary can start to burn us out. So this keeps things a lot more interesting as well.
You know what? I've got a crazy idea. You talk for a minute and I get water because I've run out of water and my throat won't like that.
Okay.
So I'll use the break for the thing it was intended.
I was gonna ask the same thing. Should we just do that? Should we just put it on intermission for a minute?
Oh, well, I don't have a starting soon or anything, but we'll just you'll get to look at the pit lane. It's can we find a funny?
Can we find a funny picture?
No, it's fine. We'll just look at this.
Fair, I might have a picture.
Oh no. I am actually terrible at everything I do. So ignore this. We'll be right back. I am back. I don't know if Triton is back. Hello? He is not back, so I'm on my own, which means I get to I get to be mean. So Triton's haircut, huh? Atrocious, isn't it?
I've been here the whole time. Like, I've just been muted. I went to get more.
Why don't you unmute when I start talking?
Because I wanted to see what you would do, and sure enough, yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. Nice. Yeah.
I don't have many brain cells, but I do have one, and that one just kicked in for a slight moment there, and it appears, yeah.
I've been played like a fiddle. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I was trying to find a picture for us to put on the stream from the very, very notoriously, you know, my favorite game of all time, of course, Formula 1 by Codemasters 2019.
Yeah, one.
Okay, because I remembered you made a really good pun, and I was trying to find it so we could put it on the stream.
Uh-huh.
I think it was Brazil season 7.
What did I say?
I lost the traction in the pit on the pit exit a little bit when the rain came, or when it stopped raining, I think it was, and because F1 2019 has very funny hitboxes for the barriers. Shoutouts to Rene and Damien.
Brazil.
In Brazil. Yeah, Brazil 2. It was basically Brazil 2 because, yeah, the game decided, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna rip your wheel off. Even though you didn't even touch.
What did I say? I want to hear how I'm funny or something. Please boost my ego.
Roses are red. Red. Rain is a something. I'm not gonna say the word. It's Triton died on lap 26.
Roses are red.
It's a great meme, but you know.
Rain is a witch. It's Triton died on lap 26. It's a poem.
Thank you, F1 2019, for demoralizing me to the point of an existential crisis. But you know,
it's the game's fault.
Today's a new day. F1 2020 wasn't kind for you guys. I have to wait a little bit longer. I think, like in the afternoon, I have it. But yeah, we're getting ready to start here. What's the grid looking like right now?
The same way it has looked before.
See who we have.
So here we got
the same grids. Okay, it's just based off of
the. You are cutting out big time, by the way. Hello, I can't hear you. You're cutting out too much. Oh, you're completely dead. Is this stream still fine? Like, I need to find out if this is my internet or Triton's. Just like, it would be nice if someone in chat just quickly said.
Mine. It's my there we go. Try now.
Okay, back. Yeah,
it's
back.
because yeah. Okay,
Almost done?
30 minutes.
Is it the microwave?
Yeah.
You rented Cody's microwave?
Yeah, did.
Oh man. Why'd you do that? That's on you.
I guess. Silent was done with it, so I don't even think Cody watches this. He can't be bothered with ACC.
Well,
so I was gonna...
It's his loss. It's my opinion, my humble opinion.
Really, yeah. Objectively.
My humble, objectively correct opinion. Everyone who's ever had an argument with me that knows that I am very convinced my opinion is objectively correct, because it is. So I would be able to convince everyone. It's fine. Well, I wouldn't convince them, I would just annoy them until they agree with me. Which is the same thing. So, we'll see how it turns out this time. Alternative timeline. We are playing F1 career mode and we are using restarts.
Yes. This is the good. Let's see if this is the good ending or not.
Let's see
if that was the good ending.
Let's see if Mills true alternative ending.
Let's see if Mills can survive the start of this time.
Yeah, it's rewind time. He gets a second chance, and that will be.
Yeah, Mills just hit the old. He hit the old flashback button.
Yeah, I think it's actually a tradition kind of on SLR usually, but now here as well, to get a for someone to jump the start on the first race of the season. I remember, I think I think it happened like twice that I commentated on it in SLR. That someone did. I think it was NJJ once. I forgot who the
Must
second
have
time
been.
was.
I don't remember.
I don't remember the second time, but I remember it because I always want to see and XYZ starts the season a little bit earlier than everyone else. It's my line for it. And it was great the first time. It got repetitive the second time. And
But then this time, Mills.
this time I didn't even say it because Mills. No, but here we go for the second race of our weekend. It's sort of a feature race with George Brabner looking to do exactly what he did last time with Rumsen Fisser starting the sprint race a little bit earlier than anyone else. Chris with a really good, it looked really good for a second, and this time in the alternative timeline, it's the good ending for Samuel Chumley as he gets himself ahead of Janne Salminen this time. Also Clara already in the pit lane, so something's obviously gone wrong there. Ruben also probably gonna attack Salminen, a little bit of a look from Roshu. Everything goes fine there. I didn't see any incidents down the order, but there's spice going on with the Hello Kitty cars, but I can't find them because the timings are having a lot of fun. Let's try and find someone. There's a 2 wide moment there. Maybe even a 3 wide up the road with squeezing down the inside. That's Crystals, and he gets one of the. I think that's Spans. He just overtook. No, wait, it's a terrible start for Sanix. Sanix has lost so many positions, actually. Also, we've got. There's a domino effect, and this spins out. Mills, no! I think.
Mills, no!
Mills! In both timelines, he has a terrible getaway, but this time at least he's still there. Ending. It's the bad ending. It's one of 2 bad endings. Tara gets to avoid the thing once again. I mean, that's just what he does.
This time, though, this might be the good ending for Witkowski because he is all over the back of Brabner there for a minute. But I think George holds his own there. Is not wanting to go 2 for 2 here, but Chris has the download possibly on him now. For those of you who are in the FGC, after one match, you kind of get an idea potentially if you're playing the game properly, unlike me. You start to get a feel for what the other person's
move from Antoine Olivet on Varagnolo, and he gets that one done nicely. Nicely done from the Frenchman. P12 for him ahead of Crystals.
Oh, they're going down the inside. Chumley! On Chumley and Sam holding it up there. Both of them coming very close, but now Van Hudding might have an open door here, trying to get the switch back there because Salminen goes off wide and Sam also goes wide there, but he should be okay. But now side by side goes Van Hudding and Salminen. Let's see who's going to come out on top here as down the inside goes Van Hudding. It looks like he's got the superior traction and the superior speed there to get the move done, and he does brilliant stuff from them. Salminen getting a bit too hungry on the brakes there, giving Ruben a golden opportunity that he took full advantage of. But is he going to have another look? He is not. Meanwhile, Rosu and Veldman possibly going side by side. No, Nico stays behind. And Milos again up to P9 now ahead of Chris. So looking even better than before.
Yeah, I mean, this is I believe this is exactly how the first race also started. Just this time, well, yeah, it's the same. It's where he started, but in the other race, Milos had a little bit of an off-track moment, and that forced him to fight with Sanix all race. Now this time, Sanix has vanished. He's down in P13, and instead, Milos has to deal with Chris Strecker and David Rainham as a big mistake by Dominic Illigner forces him off track. He was P6, but now he's in P8 and maybe even P9 as the Blitzig Racing boys are having a little bit of an altercation on track. Chris might actually go for the lunge into 2. No, he doesn't. Good. That would have been deadly.
Yeah, but let's see if the Blitzig team principal, I wonder who that could be, has anything to say about this. Or if they're just going to be sitting here in the commentary booth frustrated. But
I don't know what you mean. I've been talking for the past 30 minutes. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm not sitting quiet. The moment I sit quiet is the moment I sit in a coffin. But
oh god.
Or lie, anyways. yeah, I talk in my sleep.
Look, no, we know he's got the pace. He's going to possibly pull this a bit, so Melis just has to stick with him, I think, and that would be his best bet there as he's got he's got a queue behind him now, I would say. So he's got Chris, Rainham, Olive, Flinch. Okay, Vance and Sanix and Olive.
The Portuguese.
There we go. The Portuguese drivers, yes.
Wait.
Yeah.
Rubens passed Sam. How did that happen? I don't know, but change of position for P3, and once again Sam has to stare at the back of Ruben van der Nutting's car. Just like the first race ended, we get to see it again. He's got 25 minutes to solve it, and he doesn't have the undercut as a tool, which is nobody's favorite tool, as he might have cracked his spine a little bit with a big bump over the sausage curb.
Rip Sam, search.
For Gorilla Esports. It's
Let's hope his back is made out of. Let's hope his back is able to withstand that. I don't know if a gorilla can withstand that kind of force, but
it's fine.
I don't know. Hashtag shout outs to Harambe.
If he can survive a monkey flip, he can jump over sausage curb. It's completely fine.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Milos really holding up Chris. It seems Chris looks very fast, but he is in a Porsche. And there's a very big drawback to that Porsche, as I understand. And unfortunately, it involves its straight line speed, if I'm not mistaken.
That is my information as well, but I believe with some setup fiddling, you can make it work anyways. Antoine Olivet has been driving in a pink car.
Oh, here goes Sam! Or here goes Chris trying to go around the outside of Milos, but doesn't get the move done. Tries to go for a switchback here and possibly get a better run out of the next corner there. And Milos might be defenseless here. He doesn't defend to the inside, but Chris just has a look and is not going to be going for it here. They're going to go through that kink. And is Chris going to have a lunge on the brakes here as they come up to the next corner?
Oh man, I was going to say he can't pass on that opportunity, but that's what he does. So you'll have to wait for another moment like this one. Is that the moment for Olivet? They come together again! Man, it's... why did we replay? So that is Varagnolo, who just slips through easily and just puts himself into P2 in class. Terror!
What?
Massive lunge here, but and he... that's a 3-white McLaren moment. More exciting than the entire F1 season. And... what are they doing?
No, he's
what was that? That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen! Oh man!
Box there in Portugal, the entire Portuguese crowd absolutely losing their minds and throwing their fists into the
I'm sorry, I'm gonna watch the replay. I have no idea what was that. What are you doing? Who are you, Sebastian Vettel in the 2010 Turkey Grand Prix? What the hell?
This has been a Jensen. I would say Jensen as well, because he put him right in the wall. So I would say that's a Jensen Button moment right there.
Oh yeah. He
put
the Canada thing. Yeah.
Mr. Hamill. Yeah, he put Hamilton in the wall. But that was
Roche and Veltman are fighting side by side actually down the main straight, sort of. I mean, it has 3 kinks at the end, and Roche gets to defend because Veltman runs out of steam at the top end in his Porsche.
Yeah, so far looking like
Milos! Man, Milos has to defend this hard. And also in the 99s round, who's the 99? Who's the 99? Ramsey. But, okay, he was to the back anyways. Sad
unfortunate. Speaking of, let's see, looking down the order, Raynham gets a drive through. I think it's because he just straight cut the turn 1 after the incident. Out of, I don't know, he just kind of straight lined it. So he's got a drive through, so I hear the voice of the ghost of Fernando Alonso speaking in my ear. He said the word karma. So it seems that he has some resentment for his old former team. That
is that a move for Chris?
Look down the inside?
No. The straights are just not long enough, man.
Yeah, Misano, unfortunate. But the drivers appreciate the challenge, I think. A lot of drivers do seem to like it, as there's a car around. That's a McLaren, I think. I didn't see who that was, but it was a very colorful McLaren.
That's probably Costa or his teammate.
Yeah. Let me see.
It was Costa. Costa dropping massive positions here, so he's down to P20. And P27. He was. Oh no, he's together.
Oh no, Chris! Oh, Chris and Milos make contact there. I don't know if Chris is gonna take that position or not, but he does get a move down the inside. I don't know.
Running down the straight, and what's gonna happen to the braking zone? I mean, this is not a disaster for Milos because he's a silver class driver. Chris isn't, so even if this is a position loss, he's still leading, and he's still got a 2.6 second gap to Varagnolo, and that means and that means he's still absolutely set, especially with the misfortune that has occurred in the races of the 2 Hello Kitty cars. And yeah, so this is fine. But yeah, Chris does indeed get the move. I don't know if it was clean, though. You can probably judge that.
I didn't see. I only saw the aftermath. I don't know if Milos lost the rear or if Kimi punched him a little bit with netcode or something like that. But the move is done. It's not gonna. Yeah, like you said, means very little for Milos since he is fighting in silver class. But he does have Varignolo behind him, catching him. He's the 1.4 behind, and then he's got Olive, who is a pro class who might want to find his way past as well. So we'll see if Milos has any damage or anything from that. Hopefully not. He's just gotta hold his own here.
Danico, by the way, with a great drive so far, he's up to P15. That's what happens when he doesn't get collected by people not holding their brakes, and that's nice for him. Veldman still on the back of Roshu, so I'm impressed by Roshu. He seems to be a little bit more, I don't know, level-headed, sort of. You know, he had the pace a few times last season, now just holding himself in P6. 49's round, who's that? That's a Stricker! And that's Ollie. Ollie, what's he done?
No.
What has Ollie done? Going for the replay. Oh, he's being attacked by Paulus Takos there. Paulus Takos in the black and red Ferrari, and it's gonna be exactly that as a bonk from behind. It's not quite an Aris moment, it's more of a corner rights moment. So Ollie sent pirouetting off the track.
See, meanwhile here, Veldman still putting the pressure on to Rosu here. Let's see, as a... Is he yeah, I think...
Disconnects.
I think Raynham just said RIP, gotta stop go, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he had a drive-through, and that's over in a 30-minute race anyway, so don't blame him.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Sam is coming back under pressure from Salmon, and so Ruben is checked out here.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, it looks like Salmon is looking very racy in the McLaren. I wonder how their unofficial team principal Heikki Kovalainen feels about this. He's probably very happy to see this driver doing so well. One other driver running into problems, unfortunately for Mr. Harrison, the fourth, getting caught up in that.
Yeah, he is like the unluckiest man alive. Like what was that?
McLaren sandwich. Yeah.
It's, got a feel for him.
Yeah. Yeah, and I haven't seen him race much recently as well, so hopefully that doesn't deter him or anything, because it's good to see him back. Totally not trying to get him into Tier 1 for F1 or anything like that, of course, you know.
I don't think that's happening. Well, maybe with a new game, actually. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, he said to me before, racing doesn't feel fun right now. Maybe it will at a later point. I think this is the later point where it tries it, but now we see Mihai Belasco on the move for Owen Turner. Owen, of course, unlucky last race, or... yeah, getting caught out in that incident gives Belasco a wide berth. This is fine. I mean, it's still P5 in silver class for Owen Turner. And gets overtaken, yeah.
Yeah, and meanwhile as well, Terror behind him might try for him. Ollie gets a drive-through.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, rip. That's going to be him out of it.
How do you get the drive-through this quickly?
I don't know. Might it be for corner cutting, like, after going off the track or something? I don't know, but that's just a theory.
A game theory.
Yes.
A conspiracy theory. Yeah, I wonder how Terra is gonna do this. I mean, he hasn't done wheel-to-wheel racing in quite a while, and he's never raced an actual league race here in ACC, and it is quite different.
Is Nico gonna actually scare Rosu off the line there? Yes, he does. Rosu, thinking Nico was gonna go for a dive, completely kind of just like twitched the steering wheel to the side there, and Nico
the top
trying
end.
to beat her down the inside.
You see the top end.
This is a Mercedes. Yeah, but I forgot.
That's so frustrating.
Yeah, Nico having to Nico just had. I mean, that's his only way at this point, it seems, is to scare him into some sort of mistake, and it almost worked there.
Yeah.
But we see why the Porsche is not what the drawback to it is.
Yeah, this is what I call karma, by the way. I'm just giving a little anecdote. On the launch day of the GT4s, we did the Oh, is that a move? I don't think it is. We did the sim grid launch party race, so to speak, and one of them was at Misano. And Nico was driving the BMW, and I was driving the KTM. And every single lap, like I was behind him, and every single lap into that corner combination there, 8, 9, before the long straight, I always just overtook him because I was so much faster in the slow speed corners. And like I just came from behind, I drove around him, I drove down his inside, it was brilliant. And then I just accelerate out of the corner, we're doing fine, we're doing fine, we're doing fine, and he takes off every time. It happened like 6 times, we changed positions every time, and then he just got me back on the straight. It was impossible to do anything. And I feel like that's kind of how he feels now, but he can't drive circuits in the braking zone like I was able to in the KTM. So, Nico knows the feeling. Now as well. Oh wait, Harrison's made the move on Owen! Let's see if we can check that. No, we can't. Replay not long enough. God damn it. Stuck in the replay. The movie.
So let's see what's happening. Salvanen still not finding his way past Sam. Veldman not finding his way past Rossi. We're kind of in that limbo here that Misano gives us. But we're still seeing the pressure being piled on. And the shortness of the race does add the sense of urgency that may be having an effect on the drivers mentally.
49 off. 49 is... Man, there's too many drivers. Ollie. Ollie is retiring. So not a successful race for the Lamborghini Squadra Corsa. A Corsa with Mills having his incident at the start, being down in P29, and Ollie being here. And this is... I mean, Mills is probably gunning for... I mean, he probably wants to gun for Silver Class Championship, and now 2 atrocious...
Oh, sorry to interrupt you here. We might have a run here for P14 on track. Yeah, Danny having a look at Kyle Flinch, who was trying to get the move on Santos, but making himself vulnerable, but Danny holding back there. He's got, I believe, Velasquez behind, and Terror is starting to catch up to them.
Yeah, they've got some breathing room before Terror reaches them, but they, if anything happens, then they could, of course, fall prey to the guys behind them. That's an interesting battle group, which we shall keep an eye on it. But let's go back to the front to make sure we don't miss anything between maybe Salmon and Chumley, or Roche and Veldman.
Yeah, and earlier I said, back to, I mean, George, we haven't followed him. We said that Chris seemed to be following him pretty closely. That gap is now 3 seconds. So, yeah, George pretty much just taking off at this point.
Yeah,
but they're lapping similarly. Right, yeah, they're lapping equally, but it just seems like his best is just not good enough. Because he's 3/10 on his best lap, 32.5 for George, 32.8 for Chris.
That's so fast, man.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, Ruben seems to have been... this might be the first time I've seen... well, actually, no, last season as well, Ruben not being the #1 for Trigon. Usually he's the leader of the team, since it is his team after all. But yeah, the last season he had Felix, so a very strong teammate. As well as, we got another car off.
5.
Car number 5.
It's Golagan. What happened to him? Let's check the replay. Oh, no, not again. Oh, who's that? Is that Owen? Or is it what? Oh, it's Daniel Wise, and he just spins... Oh my god, he just spins himself. Costa tries to avoid, gets bunted by the rear. This time on the rejoin, no murders are committed, no war crimes from Miguel Costa this time.
Let's go.
No war crimes, woo! Oh, Caulfield may be under threat from Velasco. Never mind. Getting a little excited.
Shoutouts to 2S from 2003. Anyways, we'll not bring that up now.
He said after bringing it up.
We won't bring it up further.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Nico still just like kind of just moving all over the place there to try and find some sort of chink or some sort of crack in the armor of Rosu, and trying to find his way through, but not able to do it yet. Illigner's slowly catching them, but nothing happening yet. Let's see here.
Also, another thing that is developing right now that could be a thing at the end of the race Millers might have to withstand pressure for the silver class win for a second time, as Varaniolo is closing down on him quickly. And yeah, I mean, you know, Federico has been really good this race so far. He's avoided the carnage. He is putting in the lap times, and he has actually not caught on the last lap, but the gap was 3 seconds at some point, and it's 1.4. And with 10 minutes to go, that could just mean we will get another showdown for silver class, because silver class just never disappoints, really. Of course, Millers would prefer a boring finish to silver class, but that's just not how life works sometimes, I guess. Oh, Spice. I mean, yeah, the Santos, Belasco, Caulfield fight. Yeah, I think Belasco has slowly dropped positions, and now we've got Terra. He's actually reached him, you were right. Yeah, Terra's got some solid pace in that car, by the way. It's,
yeah, he is a fast driver, so do
sure.
not be fooled by his position. He's pro class for a reason, and yeah, very, very, very skilled driver.
Is he going for the move, though?
Ooh.
I haven't really seen him overtaking these cars, and yeah, I'll have to wait a little more.
Yeah, he's gonna be patient though. He's not one to go for something silly. So, yeah, he's keeping it calm, keeping it collected behind.
Yeah, Gurla versus Terra. That sounds like an SLR Tier 2 race, but
dear Santos,
and that ends the fight. So we'll need to wait a little more for an on-screen Terra overtake as Gurla gets himself off track too much.
Yeah, behind them it seems as though, yeah, there's a fight here. Noppin and Owen Turner. So I believe that's, yeah, the Belgian Audi Club team. I believe it's Meersman and Noppin, yeah, the two of them. Trying to find, or Noppin trying to find a way around Owen, who's holding his own.
By the way,
this race.
Sorry. Yeah, go on.
Go ahead.
Oh,
I'm done.
Mills has retired with a drive-through penalty.
Oh, Mills, not the. I mean,
maybe
he's getting it out of the way now. He's getting it out of the way now. So.
Yeah, I mean he's
Mills will be back.
He's dropped out of 2 races, but it's points-wise only 1 race because the points are halved for each race. You get 25 for a win, and you know for P2 it's like what 21, and then at odd numbers we just halve them like with a 0.5. And it's gonna make for some very interesting looking standings, for sure. So it's just like crashing out of 1 race, not crashing out of 2 races for Jack Mills, but it's still gonna feel bad for sure. Especially because silver class.
Clara's, yeah, I was gonna say Clara's about to get lapped here by Sam and Salmonen. So let's see if they cause any issues for them too. I don't think so. They already got out of the way of I think the top 3. So. Yeah, moving out of the way there, very much making space. So, good on them. I like to see playing it safe.
Yep, for sure. Getting lapped, not exactly a matter where you want to take risks because there's no point.
Let's see who's got the better traction here. Veldman and Rosu now have Ilignar behind as well. So, let's see if he's able to put the pressure on, or if he's able to get past Nico and potentially make something happen here with Rosu, because Nico has been all over him, but just unable to get alongside because he drives a Porsche, which you know is a very big handicap in the sense of straight line speed, as we've mentioned about 500 times.
That's fine. Speaking of mentioning something 500 times, I'm just gonna quickly go off my pre-scripted speech on how Veltman is in a sticky situation now, because every failed overtake attempt on Roshu is gonna make him vulnerable to Ilignar. And that's why I always hate when I'm P2. Well, P2. I'm second in a battle group, and then someone catches up to me. It just gets so much worse, especially in this Porsche. If you get a bad exit because you went for a move and it didn't work, then Ilignar is just gonna be there and he's gonna look at your engine and laugh in your face while he drives past you. And that's the situation for Veltman now. Let's
see if Chris can catch up to them as well. I doubt he can, because it seems like he's a bit too far back, but we'll see. We're getting Clara's getting blue flagged again for these guys, yeah, then moving out of the way. Um, but yeah, let's see. I'm keeping an eye out on Nico's traction out of the corners and seeing if he can finally pull alongside. Yeah, there he gets a look in. Rosu seeing him, they both get a bit squirrely. There might have been a tiny netcode bonk, but nothing bad happening. But yeah, Rosu holding it here as it stands.
For sure, and yeah, with that sort of exit, there's no threat really from the Porsche. I remember as well, it's a Season 1 story, it's my second race win in ACC, right? Paul Ricard. And I was fighting Bance there, and he was in the Porsche, and he just didn't have rear wing. He just went as low as possible, and then he built the rest of the setup to try and somehow compensate for that. Which didn't quite work, so in every corner it was super slow. But every time we entered the backstreet and pulled the cab, which of course is massive, every time I drive it, I just put, I put something to hold the throttle pedal down, and then I go to the bath or something, I don't know. And then I come back and drive the corner. And on that straight, he would always gain 4 to 6 tenths on me every single lap in the Porsche. I wonder if that's sort of a thing that could actually work for someone like Veld. Drive a normal setup, and in qualifying, and then in the race, if you have qualified well, and you just want to hold position, you just put on as little wing as possible, and then just wing it. No pun intended. Luckily, no pun intended, because that was atrocious. And then people just can't overtake you. What are you gonna do? I don't know. Could be fun. It's not a suggestion. This is not something you should try because it's good. It's something that someone could try because it sounds fun. Do not take aerodynamical advice from me. Okay.
Spec 2 chassis, simple.
True. Yeah. It's a McLaren.
Let's see. Remember the McLaren Honda Porsche chassis from 2 seasons ago. But anyways, we don't talk about that.
He said while talking about it. Yeah. You were saying?
I can mention it. I didn't talk about it, but
okay.
Illigner, let's see. I think Illigner might just this might just be the perpetual thing here that I mentioned earlier, where they're just kind of following each other in this train. Salminen still just piling pressure onto Sam wherever he can. Is he gonna have a lunge here down the inside? Sam goes a little bit off the track there, but they're gonna make contact with Sam.
No!
And he's gonna stop and let him go. Yeah.
Oh, but where's Roshu? There's Roshu. Oh god, this is so spicy.
Okay, here we go.
We're gonna get the spice of Salminen, who was around. He's holding the inside, but carrying Ratias. Oh, it's Nico, but Nico gets a little bit of a tank slapper over the curb. His car did not like that, and now 3 wide there. And there goes Illigner, the opportunist in the situation, gets 2 places, but Veld is somehow still there, really nicely carried around the outside. And
Brilliant, Nico.
Wow. Okay, we're going down 30 seconds and see what happened. We don't get to see the incident again. Man, okay, so this happens, and then Salminen is awkwardly on the inside. This forces Veld to drive wide, and then the curb just takes the car and claims it. That's really weird. And yeah, I mean, we're stuck at the replay, so might as well make the best of it. Illigner, then on the inside, you think he has the position, but Veld just comes in and he brakes like...
Oh, but sorry to interrupt you here. Is he gonna have a... No, okay, no, he's actually not. Illigner trying to look around the outside of...
oh, Salminen!
Salminen, they're gonna commit contact. A bit of a wheel bang, but they were alongside. I think it'll be okay. Nico now might have a little bit of breathing room, but Salminen is very fast, and he's probably got 1 more lap to hold on, or another lap after this, so 2. But yeah, as Milos, no!
What? No! I'm howling.
Oh no, Milos. Oh
I am
no.
in severe mental
He just had
pain.
to bring it home.
No.
He just had to bring it home, Milos. Oh no.
Oh.
They just had 1 more lap to go. Oh, ay, man. Fonzie. Okay. Well, you know what? As you can tell, we're not biased, but
I mean, I would react
this
like
is
that
what I
for-
was saying last race.
Oh.
Verniolo just has to be consistent and just keep out of trouble. And look where that has gotten them. They are now about to win this race. because
Yeah,
there's no way. I mean, unless they get one of their own, it does not look as though Milos is going to win now. So he is probably kicking himself now. And there's going to be a lot of talks in Blitzkrieg racing. I can see right now the technical advisor Gunther Steiner walking away from the. You can see him walking away from the pit lane now, and I'm sure he's going to be talking to the team principal, whoever they might be. I wonder if they're here with me.
You think it's bad how he's gonna kick himself? What? Think to yourself how bad it's gonna be when I'm gonna kick him. Okay, that's gonna be the real fun. I don't mean from the team. We're not there yet. I mean, he's done well. Okay, I stand behind my brother.
Yeah, he drove well.
We win together. He loses on his own.
Let's see, Visser as well. No, Visser gets one as well.
Yeah, that has had that for a bit, and yeah, I mean it's gonna knock him out of the overall top 20, which means that Michael, I'm not gonna pretend I know how to pronounce it. Rayanoha, the number 9 car, will probably get his first overall standings points. He's a reserve, of course, but this point.
Willigner and Nico both.
What? You bottle drops! What are you doing?
Oh no!
Triton,
no!
Triton, do you want to sign a contract for driving a car? It's an Audi. There's a space open. 2 actually.
Maybe.
Do you have a friend who wants to? I don't know. Like, do you
I know a guy.
2 ambitious Audi drivers? Don't know.
I know a guy, but he might be running the team.
Ah, well, unfortunate. Hey, the. All right.
And George wins, the line.
And all that silliness, we completely forget that. Salmon and okay, we don't need to watch this because there's no point. There's no fight. Brabner takes 2. England wins in Italy. It is karma.
It has come back home to Italy or to England here in Italy.
They have come
just as
to
it
Rome.
came back.
So
yeah.
And Witkowski, second place twice. So
where they finished.
Yeah, and then Ruben gets himself P3 ahead of Chumley. Then it is Roshu in P5. He did not get a drive-through. 30-second penalty for Veld. 30-second penalty for Illigna. Salmon is gonna salvage P6 for himself after the Velton penalty.
I think where's Olive gonna jump up to? Because this might actually help them.
He gets 2 places there.
But Farignolo takes the silver class win.
Yeah.
On his second try in his first race. Absolutely brilliant job from him. So I think Chris is going to go up 2 positions as well. He'll go from P9 to P7. Salminen will go up to P6. And Illigner, Veldman all going to drop. Farignolo also might actually jump up a couple positions too. So he might be P8.
Yeah.
Brilliant on keeping it clean. As I said, all you got to do is keep it clean under these conditions. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And he's done that. He's doing what he has never done in Tier 2. I'm sorry. Well, that's kind of the thing with crystals always. Like, when you're behind crystals, you think there's a 50% chance he implodes. And this time, you know, he was the one benefiting off the other ones imploding. So I gotta give him credit that was a very mature drive off of him in both races as well. Like, he's kept it completely clean, and I'm really excited to see what he's gonna be able to do over the course of this season in Silver Class. Maybe he's just made himself one of my title favorites after those 2 sprint races. I don't know. I mean, it's a little early to call, but very good drive. Drives.
Absolutely.
Plural.
Drives. A lot of. But yeah, unfortunate for some, fortunate for others. But yeah. I think, unless there's anything else to add, I think we're pretty much ready to wrap up here. This is a great start to the season, I think.
Yeah.
Very, very promising.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shout out the calendar quickly, and then that everyone knows what's coming. So we go to, next week, we go to Donington Park. That shall be exciting. It opened the season last time. Last season, Veltman won there. And we will find out what that has in store. And then we have sprint races at Snetterton, then 1 hour at Bathurst, 1 hour Hungaroring, 1 hour Spa, 2 sprint races at Brands Hatch, and we end the season on the 30th of August in Imola, which is great because well, my last exam is on the day of the Brands Hatch race, and then I don't know if however the new season looks, maybe Blitzsieg finds a driver that doesn't get drive-throughs on the last lap. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe.
We'll see.
We'll have to see.
Yeah, with
But
yeah, congrats again to Crystals. I like to I like to criticize drivers a lot, but that was really good drive. And yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks Triton for co-commentating, and well, yeah, thanks to the drivers, of course. Biggest grid we've had so far. Should be fun next season. Not next season. What am I talking about? Man, I'm mentally done.
oh my, it's okay.
It's all the studying. We'll see you next week. This season shall be fun, is what I wanted to say. Goodbye.
And we will see you next time. Goodbye, everyone.